Hey guys, I just wanted to make this video and kind of touch base with y'all. Some of y'all have heard my music, some of y'all have heard my vision that I've been kind of blasting through social media, and I just kind of wanted to explain that vision, what it was and why it was so important to me. So from 17 to 22 I was incarcerated in the Louisiana state prison system, and I had the opportunity to meet a great man. His name was Jace Washington, one of my best friends to this day. We still talk, and we both share the idea that the things that we have experienced, that they're to serve a bigger purpose. There's a lot of things going on in our society that I know I don't agree with, and I know a lot of people in a lot of different places don't agree with as well. The big thing that we're focused on right now at Freedom Records 2020 is advocating for the release of Jace. Jace is overwhelmingly innocent. If you look at the details of his case, it's really a messed up situation. There was a lot of corruption involved, and that corruption has been nailed down, and those people, such as the former district attorney in St. Tammany Parish and the sheriff in St. Tammany Parish, have both been indicted on 18 and 19 count indictments respectively for dishonesty. And so right now what we're doing is we're organizing a movement behind Jace. I don't think that anyone should have to serve time in prison for a murder that they did not commit. And the fact that Jace is expressing to me that his conviction was for a bigger purpose and that he wants to change the world, it speaks a lot to who he is as a person. So we're going to be doing that. We have a rally coming up in New Orleans on Easter Sunday at around 3 o'clock. I'll let y'all know what the location is once we get all the permits approved and stuff like that. But that's going to be huge, and I hope that I can see everybody out there. Also, one thing that we're going to be doing here at Freedom Records 2020 is we're going to be starting a podcast called the Whispers Behind the Walls. My first guest will be a man that I had the pleasure of getting to know for a long time while I was in prison. He served 25 years, and we want to call attention to what's going on behind prison. There's a lot of things going on. You hear about the horror stories like inmates in their cells hanging from the bars and it being reported as a suicide, but come to find out the guards were behind it. Or just massive amounts of violence. Me personally, I was attacked while I was in prison by a very high-ranking prison official while I was in handcuffs and shackles, couldn't move my hands or my feet, and they beat the shit out of me. That happens every day in prison, and feel what you want to about people for committing crimes, but we exist in a system that isn't based off of determining guilt or innocence. It's a numbers game. It's a game between prosecution and defense. And, this statistic alone should raise awareness behind that. 66% of all people exonerated and found not to be guilty in post-conviction processes on drug offenses, 66% of people exonerated on drug offenses that they originally pled guilty. Wrap your mind around that. Imagine you're a homeless guy that gets picked up on something that you didn't do, and your bond is set, but you can't afford it, so you have to sit in jail for 3 years while they arrange your trial and stuff like that. And then the day before trial, they call you into the DA's office, and the DA offers you a deal that you'll get out today if you plead guilty. But if you go to trial, you'll get life. And you have to go back in your cell and you have to think about that. And you play that in an endless loop around and around in your brain. At that point, it becomes not necessarily did I do it or did I not, but is expressing my innocence worth the risk of spending the rest of your life in prison? This is the system that we live in. This is the system that Freedom Records 2020 will attack heavily. We will draw awareness to what is going on behind bars. We will draw awareness to what is going on in the judicial system. We will draw awareness to what's going on in this society of systematic oppression. And we will raise awareness to the fact that our government is focused on incarceration when we should be focused on rehabilitation. Because right now, within 5 years, everybody released from prison on average 75% of those inmates go back to prison within 5 years. So we have to game plan and we have to figure out a way to solve that problem. And I believe that we have some solutions here at Freedom Records 2020, but we'll talk more about that as we progress. But just wanted to let y'all know, be on the lookout for the Whispers Behind the Walls podcast. Be on the lookout for Free Jace Now, the Movement album that will be dropped probably within the next 90 days. And yeah, I look forward to talking to y'all some more. Vladimir will be our first guest on the Whispers Behind the Walls. He served 25 years in Angola, in Rayburn Correctional Center, and a couple other places in Louisiana, and he definitely has some insight to what's going on behind there. Thank y'all very much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you follow the Instagram, Freedom Records 2020. Follow the YouTube channel, all that. So I hope to hear from y'all. Recording it like a freaking voicemail. I hope to see y'all engaged. And, if you have any questions about how you can get involved, or you are curious about why I am so convinced that Jace Washington is innocent, feel free to comment, like, subscribe, reach out to me. And I am all about talking to the people that support what's going on. Thanks, guys.